Good morning, Bernard. How are you today?
Good morning, Dr. Priscilla. I'm ready to read every Indian village know as electricity.
Okay, good. Thank
All
you.
villages in India now have electricity. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi made the announcement on Monday. He said the final village in the country to get electricity was the remote Leseng village in the state of Manipur. The village was connected to the grid on Sunday. Electrification of all villages in India was one of the government's biggest promises. Mr. Modi thanked everyone involved in the electrification project. He tweeted, April 28, 2018 will be remembered as the historic day in the development journey of India. We fulfilled a commitment due to which the lives of Indians will be transformed forever. I'm delighted that every single village of India now has access to electricity. In 2015, PM Modi promised he would give 18,000 villages access to electricity for the first time. Mr. Modi said a village is electrified when he has the basic power lines and 10% of houses and public places, including schools, administrative offices, and health centers, have power. While Mr. Modi is happy with the progress made, many people say there's a lot more work to be done. The World Bank says 200 million Indians still lack access to electricity. The Indian Today newspaper found that many villages still lacked electricity. One villager told its reporters, the darkness creates a big problem for the village as it's frequented by elephants. Oh, surprising.
Interesting. Very nice reading. Do you have any questions about what you read?
No, I was only surprised by the last sentence that there are wild elephants in India. I didn't know that.
No, I think I hadn't thought about it, but I think I would think that there are elephants in India. And if they are bringing in electricity, the elephants that weren't disturbing them, I think now more elephants are going to be displaced because they're putting in, if we look at the picture above, those poles are made out of wood, which means that forestry is going to be destroyed to get the poles, which is going to further displace the animals. And
Yes.
they're going to come into the city. Although they're giving light, they're not giving the animals any place to go.
Yes, but I thought that in India there wasn't any wild elephant. I thought that all the elephants were in the zoo or were pet animals.
Okay, no. And maybe because I have a student that told me that an elephant once chased their vehicle.
Oh my God.
But they did escape. They did escape the elephant. So, well, what other animals do you think they have, or would you be surprised to find that they would have in India?
I went once in India many years ago, only a few days. When we went to Nepal, we traveled the border, we crossed the border to go some days in India, and we saw a lot of monkeys in the street, in the parks, in the city. It's
Do they worship monkeys? In some countries, monkeys or some type of, I think it is the monkey. The monkeys will just sit on the bench with the people. There is no fear. They are worshipped as a something.
But they could be dangerous, and it's not good for the hygiene.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have bears running around here in the U.S. because we've cut down so many trees and made homes for humans that the bears, the deer, the wild fox, all of those people are now coming into the city or into the suburbs because they are being displaced. Let's take a look at the vocabulary words and I'll listen to you pronounce these words.
Announcements, statements.
Okay, you want to go ahead and match them. I'll give you the pencil. I'll let you match them. And let's see. I'll give you the pencil in just a moment. Remote control, Bernard. Okay, and then, all right, you have the pen now.
Okay. Announcement, statements, perhaps.
Okay.
Final, last.
Okay.
Connected, linked.
Okay.
Promises,
Promises.
promises, pledge, pledges, basic, primary,
Okay.
access to, I don't know, progress, advances, lacked,
Lacked.
lacked, lacked, I
Yeah.
don't know, creates, makes,
Okay.
frequented, used, use of.
Well, frequented is going to be places where you go. Places where you go.
Visited.
Visited. I'll give you a green one. I'll give you a green one. I'll give you a green one for the two. Release your mouse for just a second. Okay, now you can change it. Frequented means to visit. Yes.
Yes. Lacked.
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 When someone needs something that they do not have. The children lacked enough food to eat.
Was without?
Yes, it was without.
Was without. And the last word?
Number 5.
Basic? No.
No, number 5. Number 5.
Access to?
Access to.
Use of?
Yes, it's use of.
Okay. Okay.
So the elephants don't have access to, I don't know, their natural habitat because people are building, creating an infrastructure to support humans, not animals. So let's look at discussion A. How important is electricity, not just to India, but to anyone in the world?
Electricity is one of the primary needs of the humans, because if you don't have electricity, you couldn't have access to the news in the world. You couldn't have access to internet. You couldn't make products easily, and in fact, you're very disabled without electricity.
Because we have become so accustomed to having electricity. All right, let's take a look at I think since you've traveled quite a bit, what has been your experience in countries or places where you didn't have the conveniences that you have at home? Was it difficult for you to adapt, or the fact that you knew it was going to be a short period of time, it didn't really matter?
Oh, I never had problems because as all the tourists in the world, when you go even in a poor country like Mali in Africa, you always have electricity in your hotel and
Okay,
you don't suffer from the lack of products of the lack of convenience.
okay.
But you can see around you that most of the people suffer of this lack of elementary needs.
Mm. And does your heart go out to them? But there's not very much that one person can do. What do you do to what do you do to show empathy to those people that are very much less fortunate than you?
What do you
What do you do to show empathy? Like, how can I help you? Do you give them a quarter in their cup that they're holding, or do you just?
oh uh, what can I do to help the people who don't have electricity?
Mm-hmm.
For example, the last the only time I was in Africa to Mali, it was after I just retired. I was I went to Mali uh, in the order of a company of electricity to create a new grid in a village with
Okay.
the fund of the European countries.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in my opinion, I was a bit disappointed
Oh.
because I thought that the grid was too expensive for a poor country like that. And in my opinion, with the amount of money which was used for this grid,
Mm-hmm.
surely with the means of the country, we could build at least 3 or 4 or 5 grips like this. Not so expensive, but so convenient. For example, instead of create a pole on the
Okay.
street, you
Mm-hmm.
can use the trees. It doesn't cost, it costs less. The trees exist and you can use the trees to support the grip.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised that it was a real grip, very expensive, the same that we have in France. And
They say that you have what in France?
what?
What did you say they say that you have in France?
In France, we have a grip in very good conditions,
Okay.
but I suppose that if we need to electrify all the villages which don't have electricity in the world,
Mm-hmm.
we have we must build grips that are less expensive, create
Oh,
more and more.
you're saying grids.
Yeah, grids.
I was
Yes.
trying to figure out. I was trying to figure and understand what you were saying. Okay, grids, grids. All right. Um, Down here at the role play, education, democracy, technology, and environment. What do you think is the most important aim?
The most important aim, perhaps, is education. Because if the people are educated, they should request democracy, they should request technology, and they should request a better environment. But the first, in my opinion, is to
Mm-hmm.
be well educated to reivindicate all
Okay.
the others important aims, democracy, technology, and environment.
Okay. All right. Uh, just for fun, do you see over to the left the spelling? There are words that are underlined that
Oh,
that were in the article. Can you
okay.
quickly look at those and tell me what they might be?
I don't know. Oh, no, man. Oh my God.
So it's something Gleason Village. Let's see. What was it there about a village?
Okay.
So it's not there. Village. Final. Remote. Is it remote? Could it be remote?
Yes, a remote village. Okay. The
Okay,
village,
remote. What about number two?
connect, connected, connected to the grid.
Okay.
One of the government biggest promises.
Promises. Okay, good for you. I still couldn't figure it out. Number four.
Remember as a beautiful,
Teacher. No.
beautiful day. I don't know. Remember as a, I don't know. Yes.
I don't know what it is. What about the next one? Transformed.
Transform
That V makes the
forever. Transform forever. Every
every eagle. Uh, let's see. Let's see.
body.
Every something village. Lisang. Is it going to be Lisang? The Lisang village?
No, I don't think so.
What number was it? What number?
6. Every. Ah, see, listen.
I
Every
think, yeah,
village.
yeah,
Yes, you're right.
yeah.
Every village.
Yeah. Oh,
Moody,
Moody. It's his last name, I think.
promised. Moody promised. No?
He promised.
Promised.
Okay.
Moody promised. Yes,
Um,
yes, it's right. Moody
what?
promised when it has the basic power. Public places,
Uh-huh. Public places. Mm,
clinics. No? No. Public places.
Indians. I had to cheat. I don't know. Olim. Oh, I don't know. That's too. That part's too hard. I'd have to have the article right there beside me, right beside the list. So if we go back up to page 1, on the left side we have in blue
Yes.
the words electricity. So this
Yes.
article talked about an announcement being made about electricity is coming to the Indian village. We're not sure when, but they all will be connected and have power. That's a promise that the head person made on some historic day. He said that this type of development will bring health centers, people will be happy, but in the event that they do this and do not make arrangements for the elephants, they will leave the forests and come toward the progress in the dark.
Oh.
Try to use all of those words and summarize this article for me.
Electricity is very important. The First Minister of India made an announcement that the last village was connected to the grid of electricity as a promise he made in his first day to the power. For him, it's an historic day, and the, and it proved the development of India basic powers. All the schools, all the health centers will be happy to the progress. We can help them to light the streets, and because of this light, who afraid the elephants, the darkness in the last year caused many problems because the elephants came in the village and made some damages.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right, sir. I think this will take us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much. And
Thank
I
you very
will.
much, Dr. Priscilla. Could I ask you, not tomorrow, but tomorrow is Tuesday, Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Friday, is it possible? Friday.
Yep, I should be here on Friday.
Okay. Perfect, Dr. Priscilla. And I'm
Okay.
going to listen attentively your record.
All right, we'll talk again.
Thank you very much for your good lesson.
Okay, so do not meet tomorrow, but Friday. All right?
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Dr. Priscilla.
Bye.